Hey everyone, I just wanted to make sure that we're all very clear about the expectations for this week's assignment. I got a lot of questions last week and it kind of led me down a path of, so what else can I do to clarify the things that are already in the directions that we're just not reading? So this is it. I want to go through this assignment. I want to show you the sample. I want to talk about how we're going to do an optional Zoom this week and just kind of lead you through it. So I got questions on like what the directions already restated last week, and then I even got quite a few people that said, "Well, I can't find the assignment." Well, I only post one assignment per week, so if you're in here watching this video, the assignment's in here, so you have to like click into it, please. So looking at this organizer, last week you listened to a podcast and you summarized it. This week you're writing an argument rough draft based off of that podcast, and then next week you're just doing the final draft, and then the following week we're going to move on to a different common task. So every single week that you don't do something, you're just building up and building up, and you're just going to continue to be behind and not receive credit. So looking at this week's assignments, you are making a rough draft. It is a solid paragraph response, so I'm not really looking for too much, but it does have to answer one of the question choices here. So what you want to do is there's 4 major requirements that you look here. You're going to have a claim that argues in response to one of the questions that are down here on the side that we'll go over in a moment. And then you want to highlight it. This is to help you and me so that we're both on the same page moving forward when I provide feedback and you continue writing, that like your response has a clear agenda. And then you need at least one piece of paraphrased evidence. If you're using direct evidence, just make sure it's in quotes. And then you need to underline it so that I know that you know that you have evidence to support your argument. You have a solid response that's at least one full paragraph. That doesn't mean 2-3 sentences. Like it's not a full response. There's no way you can answer this question in that much. So, or that little. So please, like, I really appreciate those who went back into their podcast and made like really full responses for the summary. And those of you who didn't, I commented. I was like, nope, you're not showing me a complete understanding. So, and then this is formal writing, so you're not gonna be using personal pronouns like I think what motivated the character to, or my opinion was. Like that doesn't have a place in this formal level of writing that we're doing this week. So you have 3 questions to choose from. You're choosing one. It's underlined. It says one. Choose one question to answer and argue for this response. You can choose either what motivated the speaker to share their story and why should people hear it, or you can answer the question, what motivated the subject of the podcast to take the actions they did and why should people hear the story? Or for your third option, you could answer, only one again, here's the third option, which event was the biggest motivator for the protagonist or speaker, and why did this have the largest impact? Again, choosing one question to clearly answer and argue in a well-developed response. In this box, right here, look at it. It says your argument. You start typing here, done. Okay. If you need a sample, I wrote out a sample to a podcast that was not one of your options, but it's still a really great option if you want to log into. I found it on Spotify, called The Power of the Brain. It talks about so many amazing things, and it's really not that long. I think it's only like 15, 20 minutes. So here I have a full response, and then once it loads, it'll show you my comments off to the side here, where I have claim is highlighted. Any direct or paraphrased evidence is underlined, which you see here, underlined evidence, full response that answers all of the question. The questions have 2 parts to them, so you're answering it fully, completely, like especially in this quarter, again, that's based off of you either complete the work or it's incomplete. So please make sure that you are using those complete pieces, or you're answering in a complete way, I guess. The last thing I kind of want to show you is just this right here. So I commented on your playlist in a private comment, and then those who don't have private comments, I commented inside your playlist if you received anything less than 100%. If you want to retake it from my comments, you're more than welcome to. I just need it by this Friday, May 1st. You have to click resubmit. So like I can't tell that you make changes and then like you just like leave it there and then send me an email 3 weeks later telling me that you did it. Doesn't work like that. Like I don't know. So I need you to resubmit it. And those of us who would like to send me like a quick email saying that you did so too, that would be really excellent because sometimes things get like I know you guys are getting a lot of emails, but like I'm getting a lot of emails too. So some extra checks and balances is also not a bad thing. But again, like if you are somebody who didn't turn in that assignment, the deadline is Monday, the 27th, which if you're watching this on Monday, today. So if you don't do this assignment at all, you obviously forfeit a retake because you can't retake something that you didn't do. So please keep that in mind. The only other thing that I want to show you real quick, I'm kind of like move. There we go. That's what I wanted. This Thursday, I'm going to do a Zoom for us. So it'll have all my classes into it. Ms. Latondras and Ms. K and I will be there. And it's going to be during our English office hours, which are 12:45 to 1:30. You can pop in whenever you want. You can ask questions. You can ask for feedback. You can ask retake questions. Any kind of question that you have that is appropriate, then please join us. You don't have to stay the whole time. You can come in late. But hopefully I'll see you there if you have any questions. And just last thing, thank you to those who continue to communicate with me and understand that I am not a mind reader and I have no idea what's going on in your life. I can only guess. So thank you again to those who continue to tell me something's going on. I'm having trouble with this. I need help with this. I can't do this. Like, thank you for being able to communicate with me and tell me what's going on. So I hope I see you Thursday or not. I don't know. Zoom by myself. That's fine. Okay. Bye.